Here are the dark holes I fell into this week. A female influencer is for the boys, guys. We got Midwestern Tiff. No, Wisconsin Tiff. That's her name. She's fucking senior citizens and making 80 grand a month. Holy moly. And a write-in from a dude who keeps getting put in the spot of side dude. He's fucking some chick. She's like moving through guys and his dudes are leapfrogging him into the top spot. And he's confused by this. Then don't worry, I'll break it all down for you. Today on Dark Holes. All right, guys, just off the bat, you can see if you're watching, we got double Celsi. I thought I cracked I did crack Wildberry first. So now we got probably the goated combo of Celsius. We got the Wildberry, and then we got the green apple cherry. So these are the two potential truth unlockers. And I will say, when I went to the bodega today, I guess they heard my energy from last week, and they have moved the Wildberry up into the mid-tier shelf at the eyeline shelves. They know. They're like, actually, this is the goated one. Putting it on the bottom was fucking insulting. The ones that go on the bottom are those fucking limited edition Arctic berry, fucking marshmallow tangerine. Put that shit on the bottom. If it is a fucking special limited flavor Celsius, those ones are scams, okay? There's no truth in them. There's no power in them, and they taste like fucking dick and balls, okay? There is one that's like peach raspberry. Peach raspberry is a good fun time one. Peach raspberry isn't your everyday Celsius, but you get it you're drinking peach raspberry every day. You're psycho, dude. That's you can't control that type of insanity on a constant basis. You're gonna end up blowing yourself up in your car or something. But if you have it sometimes, it's a good one for unlocking a little bit of power. But let's get into this guy here, because here's what you need to know about me today. I'm exhausted. We're recording earlier today. We're doing like a midday, like a noon recording. And last night, I had a horrible sleep. I literally woke up at 5 a.m. I went to bed like at a reasonable time for comedy. I got home. I had a 10:30 show, and I was probably asleep by around 11:40. I think I was in bed by about 11:20. And then I was listening to a deadlock tutorial video. This guy's been dropping Abrams deadlock tutorial videos. So I didn't even look at the screen. I just listened to it. I put it face down. And then when I started realizing that I was like missing chunks of the video because I was kind of dozing off, I turned it off and I fell asleep. And I was like, gonna get a great night's sleep and be pod ready tomorrow. Woke up at 5 a.m., just geared up. And then as the day sort of progressed, once it got to about like 11, I was like, I'm so fucking tired right now. I want to go to sleep. But then I was like, I can't. I got a pod in an hour. And also it's like, you just got to fucking step on the gas. You just got to go in the other direction harder. You got to use substances and supplements and things to artificially give you energy. You got to risk your brain and heart in order to give you guys the content. Okay? Oh, yeah, the Wildberry does all that. The Wildberry does it all. So who we got on the docket on today first? We got Dana Disagrees. So Dana Disagrees, I made a reaction video to hers like a couple years ago. It was one of my most viewed videos on Instagram. And we're going to watch that video in a bit. But it's a video where she's breaking down about how if a lady's on her period, that should be considered blowjob week and you should be sucking your dude's dick during the period time. And I made a video that was basically like, you trying to pitch this idea to your girlfriend. And it was just like, it was my reaction with just the girlfriend voice. Like, are you fucking what? You want me to suck your dick? You know what it's like to be bleeding all the time? I'm like, yeah, that pitch is just probably not going to go over very well. But what I like to be seeing is we got these ladies, conservative ladies that are like super for the boys. We got conservative ladies that are throwing out some promiscuous ideals. There's one video in here. Can we watch the Flash video, please? Jorge, let's bring up Flash. This is a good place to start.
Women need to flash their men as much as possible. Coming out of the bathroom, flash them. Walking through the living room, flash them. Pulling out of the driveway, flash them. Mowing the lawn, flash them. Just flash them. Women
There you
need
go.
to flash them.
And honestly, I'm on board. Let's go. That is a great idea. It's a low effort, low cost way to fucking keep your dude like jazzed up. If you do have a guy and you just like whip your tits out every now and again and just go, hey, look at these, he's gonna be like, dude, you get that caveman brain gets activated and you're all of a sudden like kind of excited. You know when you like rile up a dog and he's like, hey, yeah. And you're like, you can get your dude in that state by just throwing a few tits at him. You don't need a lot. Handful of tits a week. And this guy's gonna be loving that shit, man. Now, I will say if you're a dude listening to this, you want this titty flashing behavior, just respond in kind. And that doesn't mean give your chick the like mirror version of that. You can't. That's the thing about with ladies is they don't appreciate the human form like we do. It just doesn't react the same in their brain. So like if a lady starts whipping her tits out for you as a little gift, a little treat for you here and there, you can't respond with just pulling your cock out around the house. Like she's making some sugar cookies and you're just like, hey babe, look at this. She's gonna be like, Jesus Christ, I gotta throw this dough out. Get your fucking cock out of the room, dude. It's not the same. You gotta do something thoughtful. Ladies love thoughtful. That's the thing. If you put in like if she says something in passing, if you like, oh, I know my chick likes those Cadbury eggs that come out around Easter time. You get a fucking bag of those and you out of season. You get those in September. You order them off of Amazon and then you fucking go, look, here's some Cadbury eggs. That's the equivalent of tits for a dude. That's probably worth 16 tits, I would say. A couple bags of Cadbury eggs in September for a lady who you know that's her special treat. 16 tits, dude. Just do the math on that. That's honest. That's how we should start explaining stuff to dudes and ladies. Little treat. What's a little treat? Like for dudes, if I want to break it down for you, how many tits is this act worth? Then dudes can really start to understand. It's like, oh, my lady wants me to fucking wear a dress shirt today, and I really don't want to, but we're going to something that I already don't want to go to. We're going to the fucking apple orchard, and that fucking sucks. I hate this stupid bullshit. We gotta go on some tractor ride. It's gonna cost me $250, and I fucking gotta wear this stupid shirt, and it's all this fucking shit for our anniversary. I don't want to do any of this shit, and you're all fucking flustered. Just think about how many tits. If she goes, hey, I just want you to know this is worth 36 tits to me. You go, you know what? Actually, I get it. I get how important this is to you now. I can make that sacrifice. Or you can also be like, it's not enough tits for me to put this shirt on. I'll do the apple orchard. I'm not wearing the fucking shirt. You make your compromise. I don't know, dude. But that's a good equation I think we've come up with. How many tits is this worth for me so I can get a grasp on what the value is to you, dude? But I like how these ladies, there's a lot of these like conservative ladies that are starting to make hoary content. It's like we've gone full circle. Like this Dana, she has one where she's like the period day. If you're on period, you got to suck your dude's dick. You got to be flashing your dude. It's like, dude, I want this to go so far. Also, we need to make it very clear at the Dark Holes podcast, we have no political affiliations at all. We're very Switzerland-esque over here. You guys can fight about all your shit. We're just making chocolate. That's it. You come over here, you have a nice little bite of chocolate, and then you fuck off. I don't give a shit what anyone believes in or what they do or who they are or what they pray to or I don't give a fuck, dude. You do your shit, dude. You do you. And then we'll just keep doing us. But I do want to see this conservative shit. I want to see it go even further. I want to see like a Christian-friendly cocksucking class. How to gargle balls for Jesus. That's like, let's go so deep into it. Let's go as deep as we can go into like conservative horniness. What does that look like, dude? Because we've already had tastes of it. We've had tastes. Do you guys remember Lauren Boebert jerking off her date in Beetlejuice? That was great, dude. Can we bring up a picture of Lauren Boebert right now? She's pretty hot. She's pretty for a political figure, quite hot. That's the thing. When you're out of a realm of hotness and then you're like kind of hot, I think you get an extra 1.5 points. I think that's how that works. Like, because it happens in comedy. Comics aren't typically attractive. So if you have a lady comic who's like kind of hot, you're like, oh, it's like, yeah, she say she's a 7, she's an 8.5 now. And I think Lauren Boebert's something similar. We got some Boebert pics. Show me a Boebert right now. There, look at Boebert. She's got a pretty fat set of tits. She's got good arms. Whoa, that tattoo. That's a slutty tattoo. Holy shit, that's like a trashy tattoo. Whatever that is, like a tribal thing right up the side that goes down into the pussy. She's got a tattoo that goes down into the pussy. That's crazy. This chick has political power with the pussy tattoo. Yeah, this chick is horny, dude. Holy shit. I want to Lauren Boebert how to jerk off your man in Beetlejuice class, man. Also, of all the plays someone's gonna get jerked off in Beetlejuice seems appropriate. Beetlejuice is kind of like a sexual figure. I bet this episode's coming out not too long after Halloween. I think there was probably a fella that got sucked off as a Beetlejuice. I bet if you were dressed up as Beetlejuice, a chick would tell you, hey, don't take the pants off. Just do the zipper down and let me fucking blow you through the stripes. She wants you to whip the cock and ball out on the other side of the striped pants, and she just gargles it. You get her spit and stuff dripping all over these Spirit Halloween pants that you got that were labeled not Beetlejuice. They were like spooky movie figure or whatever because they can't get the license to Beetlejuice. But you know it's Beetlejuice. I think a lot of chicks have Beetlejuice on their like hear me out list. Yeah, because I think that's something that people would like. But what we were talking about again? Lauren Boebert jerking people off. Okay, yeah, let's see this other one. The don't jerk one. Bring up don't jerk. This is another Dana disagrees video.
If you jack off to a woman that you are not in relationship with, you should not tell her. Telling her this is not going to attract her, it's going to repel her. If you do tell her, it's going to end up being really socially awkward, and she's not going to want to respond to any of your DMs, or probably she's going to avoid seeing you too. Plus, remember that women are always afraid of stalkers, and so that's not how you want to come off. Maybe you can't control your dirty, dirty mind, but you can control your mouth, so keep it shut and don't tell her.
Okay, that one, I could have told you that. I think anyone could have told you that. Is that a not? You know what? Probably happy because this Dana disagrees chick, she's pretty hot. She's got that older lady kind of, she's talking about all this promiscuous stuff. She looks like the hottest mom in the cul-de-sac. Like if you were living in like, I don't know, some like fucking suburb in Indiana, that she would be, and you were growing up, you know, like maybe you're fucking you like where you're like 10, like where I think about where I grew up, there's one hot mom on my street, and I think about her sometimes. It's like, yeah, that chick was hot, and she was just like the hottest mom on the street. This Dana disagrees has like hot, not like obscenely, oh, she does porn hot, not like holy fuck, I can't believe how hot this chick is, but definitely hottest mom on the street. So why she made this video, I think it's just clicking for me. She's probably made that video because that's what dudes are doing to her. Dudes are saying, hey, I just jerked off to you, and then sending her that video or sending her that voice note. Oh, there's the Celsius, and I had 2 breakfast burritos today too. Ordered them, it was 2 for 1 on Uber Eats. They were good. They were fucking, I think it was potato, egg, bacon. I think that's it. I think that's all that was in them. I should have put hot sauce on them, but I didn't because I took some fucking rancid shits this morning. I think because I had a bad sleep. And yesterday I was like, what did I eat yesterday? I ate like a pound of ground beef and eggs together, and then I had a Celsius on top of it. So I think I talked about this. Did I talk about this on pod? The pound of ground beef with 6 eggs? Yeah. So you guys know that. Yeah. So I backed those one after the other, Celsius, pound of ground beef, and then so this morning I shit pretty fucking crazy. And I didn't want to put hot sauce in my tummy because I thought it might have fucking given me another round of fucking wild shits with the breakfast burritos. I was more thinking they were going to be a clogging situation. But yeah, I think this Dana disagrees probably has gotten a voice note or 2 of dudes saying that they jerked off to her, and she's like, yeah, that's not going to make a lady attracted to you. But if anyone, like the majority dude listeners to this podcast, yeah, if you're not dating a chick, don't tell her you jerked off to her. That's not going to fucking scoop her in. That's not going to make her go from 0 to like, hey, you know what? Maybe this is the guy I should spend my time with. Okay, last one. Let's watch this period one here.
When a woman has her period, it means sex stops for the next week. I mean, she shouldn't have to perform if she's literally bleeding, right? I disagree. That week needs to be known as blowjob week. This is the 1 week every month she gets to work on her technique and show her man just how much she respects him. And respect has a domino effect. It's surprising how easy it can be to live with a man who gets his knob polished every now and then. This isn't something she's obligated to do or should be demanded to do. This is a gift she gets to give. And not only will you sleep well, she'll sleep well knowing she's hitting that wife shit right out of the park.
I love that. I love that. It's like, hey, you're on your period. You're sucking my dick. That's my gift, baby. It's a gift you get to give me, dog. This chick rules. This chick fucking rules. She's for the boys. She's getting your dick sucked. That one of all the entire list. The flashing one I think is sick. The flashing one is like, that's sick, that's doable. The don't jerk off to people who you aren't in a relationship with and tell them about, that's just common sense. This is the hardest sell. This is the hardest one of like your chick's bleeding, she's cramping, she's in pain. You go, you're actually supposed to be sucking my dick right now. I didn't know if you knew this, but you're actually supposed to be gargling my dick through the Beetlejuice striped pants. That's what you're supposed to be doing, girl. Still possibly very doable, but I don't know. I feel like that's the hardest one to get off the ground, man. Maybe you should experiment with that. If you're a listener, try experimenting this. Pitch this. I want all the listeners at home, pitch this to your wife or girlfriend and be like, hey, you know what? How about when you're on your period, you get to give me a gift? And she'll be like, what? What are you talking? Like, she's going to be immediately angry by that statement. And you're going to go, you get to suck my dick as a gift to me on your period. And then let me know the results. That's what I want to hear back on, dude. All right, guys. Welcome to Dark Holes with Chadarena. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I think this is episode 14. 14 in, dude. We're fucking cooking out here, bro. We're out here every fucking week doing 2 eps a week, dog. That's because we have a Patreon, guys. If you want to get an extra ep every week, you can go check out the Patreon. And this week on the Patreon, we got a Dutch man puts 15 eggs in his ass. We got Costco Cat, who we've brought up on here before, but I went into a little bit of a deeper dive into her, and it's because new things came to light about Costco Cat that I didn't know before, that have changed my opinion on a video that we talked about prior. That video where the guy asked her to spit in his mouth. I have new information on that. Follow the pod. Guys, of course, follow me, you fucking idiots. If you guys are listening to the pod, you haven't followed the pod yet, hit the follow button. It costs you nothing, and it helps the pod out. And now, let's get to the 5-star review of the week. This 5-star review of the week says, what can I say about Dark Holes? Are you having trouble with your relationship? You should be listening to Dark Holes with Chadarena. Are you unsure about what you should do with your career? You should listen to Dark Holes with Chadarena. Are you trying to figure out any sort of booty stuff to do with a friend or partner? You should listen to Dark Holes with Chadarena. There you go, guys. The reviews are in. That's what people are saying. If you want your 5-star review read out, just fucking leave a 5-star review. Write a little thing. I'll read it out here on the pod, baby. Oh, we already talked about it. Wrote shitting crazy in the what's going on with me section. Yeah, we already talked about this crazy. I'm normally so good at the pooping. I'm normally pooping so good, but just like everything else in life, the good times roll or they go away. And so right now I'm lacking in that area, and I wish I had some better bowel control. I mean, I'm not shitting myself. I'm not fucking shitting my pants in the streets, guys, but I'm taking like poops that aren't hitting the water, they're hitting the back of the toilet bowl. They're fucking like, it looks like just a splash, a shotgun blast of shit just firing out of my ass onto the back. And every time I'm having one of those, I go, fuck, dude. Not good, not a good way, especially you take a shit like that first thing in the morning, you're like, not a good way to start the day. That's not what I want to see first thing in the morning, dude. Okay, let's do some tour dates. Okay, so when this episode comes out, tomorrow is going to be Spokane, November 8th and 9th. I'm in Spokane, Washington. No, Spokane? No, it's Spokane. It's Spokane. I've fucked this up before. Then we're in Louisville, Kentucky, November 29th and 30th. We're in Toronto, December 13th and 14th. Oklahoma City, December 26th and 28th. Tulsa, Oklahoma, February 6th and 8th. Lexington, Kentucky, March 6th and 8th. Appleton, Wisconsin, April 24th and 25th. You can get all your tickets through Chateran.com or Punch Up Live. We're on there right now. So let's go to Wisconsin Tiff, guys. Wisconsin Tiff. Full disclosure on Wisconsin Tiff. I met this person previously. I know her. I wouldn't say like deeply, but like we shot a bunch of content, not porn content. I don't shoot porn content, but we shot some content together. It was actually one of my most viral videos of all time. If you can go open up The Prank, Jorge, if you see that there, The Prank. So this video here, guys, I did with Spirit Walker and Wisconsin Tiff. Some of you might have seen it. This got pulled down. It's the only time I've had a piece, not the only time, but it's the most I've had a piece of content pulled down and reposted in other places and not credited. And like it's done, it probably did like, it did at least 30 million views not connected to my account because I saw it on another account with like 30 million. And I was like, holy shit. And then it popped up in a few other places. That was one where people were coming up to me like, dude, that video. And I was like, what? Because it got reposted way after I had posted it. It was probably more than 6 months later it started to circulate again. So I don't know. Maybe it'll have another life again later. But anyways, let's play this clip.
Hey, can my dog play with your dog?
Yeah, what the? You can't be here. That's not a fucking dog.
Don't worry, he doesn't bite.
I don't care.
No, he's super well trained, like potty trained and everything.
That is not a dog.
He knows how to play piano.
I'm gonna call the police.
He's great at backgammon.
I'm gonna call the police.
No, don't call the police.
No, because that's not normal. Why the fuck would you bring that thing here?
Dude, you need to be more open-minded to all the kind of pets being here.
Are you fucking for real?
I'm totally for real. Look at him. He's so cute.
That thing is fucking ugly.
No, don't call.
And it's not even normal.
It's so normal. Look, your dog likes him.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, pet him. Pet her
No,
dog.
don't fucking touch my dog.
All right, you're gonna make me do this, sicker.
All right, that's good. Thank you, Jorge. So, okay, that video I thought was very clearly staged. It's kind of like it's a sketch, but it's a play on like a prank video. So it's like if you're an audio listener, I have the Spirit Walker with me, who's this like giant. It's this guy, and he makes these like. Some people thought it was CGI. It's not CGI. It's the practical effects. This guy builds these like suits that look like these demons, and he's inside the suit. And I was like, oh, he's my dog. And then his dog was there. And Tiff I was doing a show in Wisconsin. Tiff came to my show the previous night, and I was like, oh, we're shooting content. I hit her up. The Spirit Walker had hit me up, and then we just kind of came up with some ideas of stuff to shoot in the moment. So that's some of how the sausage is made there, guys. But yeah, I thought that was clear that was fake. Is that clear that was fake, Jorge? Yeah, it's like we're like cheating towards camera and shit like that. But a lot of people thought that was a real prank video. Even like she did a great job. She did a great job. She killed it. But I thought it was obvious. But anyways, that's how we met. And so I started following her and blah, blah, blah. And then because I was like in the Wisconsin Tiff, I keep calling her Midwestern Tiff, Wisconsin Tiff universe, I started seeing how she was getting popular and some articles that she would post, a lot of which were her fucking old men. She would fuck a bunch of old men and does content with these old men. So like we'll fuck like 70-year-old dudes, senior citizens, make a video and then put that content out. And that's like the bread and butter of her OnlyFans. And she's making like $80,000 a month fucking these old dudes. And I remember seeing an episode of King of the Hill when I was a kid that this really resonated with me. There was a dude who I think his job was he cleaned up dog poop in a park, and he had this like big backpack thing on that like that vacuumed up dog poop. And Hank really didn't like that Bobby loved this guy, but the guy was like, hey, if you find something that other people don't want to do and you can do it with passion, like you'll make a lot of money or you'll always be successful. And I was like, that really resonated with me as a kid. I was like, oh wow, that's true. If you find like a section of society of stuff people aren't willing to do and you do it with like hard work and passion, you can get stuff done. And that's kind of what Tiff is doing. There's not a lineup of people wanting to suck old cock. And she's like, not only am I going to suck old cock, I'm going to suck not just like rich guy old cock, average old. There's articles where she's getting banned from nursing homes because she's going in there and sucking the old cocks, dude, and making some or she's inviting these guys out. She sucks their cocks. She fucks these dudes. I guess she Viagra's them up, or they bring the Viagra. I don't know, and then they make the content. And you might be listening to this and going like, oh, what the fuck? That's fucked up. Don't do the. But when was the last time you called your grandpa? When was the last time you went and visited your grandma? You're like, oh, fuck, this chick, how could she do this? But you can't even take, 15 minutes out of your day? You can't take 15 minutes away from, rewatching The Office to call your grandpa and be like, hey, how's your day going? Meanwhile, Tiff's going and sucking his cock. She's popping in, blowing him. Are you serious? They got to kick her out of the nursing home. She's like a hamburglar for cock. She's sneaking around corners. She's doing that Sam Fisher Splinter Cell shit. She's got a silenced pistol, shoots out the cameras, pew, pew, and then sneaks in on her belly, sucks his cock, two-handed, grippy 9000 in the bed. He's like, ugh. This dude thinks the tooth fairy's coming to visit him. That is like a tooth fairy Santa Claus type figure for a nursing home. If there's an old sort of grumpy, curmudgeon-y old man and he's like, I don't want to take my medicine. They're like, fucking Gustavo, you got to take your medicine. I don't want to take Gustavo. Please take your. I don't want to take. If you take your medicine, Wisconsin Tiff might suck your dick. And he's like, well, okay, I'll take my medicine. That's an inspiring, fun story for old people. And old people in nursing homes don't have a lot of they don't have an exciting figure. They don't have a Santa Claus type figure. Santa Claus, they probably get a dude to dress up as Santa Claus and he goes into an orphanage, right? That's something that gets the kids exciting. Christmas is now a nice time because there's this mystical figure that gives them hope. We need this Wisconsin Tiff to be living like this type of mystical figure for old people, dude. Going out, sucking their cocks, and then it inspires other people to play the role of Wisconsin Tiff and going to these old folks' homes and sucking their cocks to make them happy, dude. I think that's great. Then you have it's a legend that lives on after she dies. She dies, and then someone else takes the mantle on. Someone else becomes Wisconsin Tiff, and then it's not the person, it's the idea, it's the act of these old dudes coming forever, living their jizz-filled life because of this sweet person, dude. I think it's a wonderful thing. And if you're at home and you're shitting on this, dude, you're shitting on it, like I said, call your fucking grandpa then. Call him. When was the last time you talked to your mom, your dad? They're sitting, they can't wait to hear from you. She doesn't even know them. And she's putting their genitals in her mouth, dude. Their genitals. You wouldn't even fucking wipe your fucking grandpa's ass, I bet. And she'll eat your grandpa's ass. Yeah, who's a good person? Who's actually a good person? Fucking dickheads. Okay. Let's get into our first write-in. First write-in of the day. Is it normal to go from side guy, from engage... Okay, wait, let's start again on this. Is it normal to go from side guy, from an engaged chick, to side guy from new BF? I got skipped, is what he's saying. I got skipped. So, okay, first off... Do you want to be, this chick was engaged and she was still fucking you? Well, I don't know the whole terms of this agreement. I didn't follow up with this guy. So I don't know if she was in an open thing and engaged and fucking you, or if she was fucking you on the sly. Because I'm like, what, you want to be the engaged guy and she's fucking someone else on the sly? Because that's what the new situation would be. And that's what the new situation would be, because now she has a new boyfriend and you're still side guy. So you know that she will always be keeping a side guy. If you get upgraded from side guy to main slot, that doesn't mean that that slot doesn't exist anymore. It means means someone else is filling that slot, dude. So is that what you want to be? You want to be if you're dating a chick, if you're in a serious committed relationship with a chick and she is a side guy and you're the main guy, that's a shitty position to be in, because being main guy is you're fucking, you're doing all this stuff, but you also have all the responsibility. You got to like take her on dates. You got to fucking pay for shit. She's feeling sick. You put a warm towel on her forehead and you come back and you get her soup and you tell her she's pretty and you hug and you got to do all the boyfriend shit. And then if you're side guy, you're getting all the pussy stuff without any of the responsibilities. Why wouldn't you want to be side guy in this scenario? But it seems like you want to be upgraded to boyfriend position. So you're feeling kind of cheesed because you got skipped. You're feeling like you deserved the promotion. But here's something everyone needs to understand when it comes to like solidifying a solid roster. The number 1 spot and the number 2 spot, the number 3 spot. I've always said 3 is kind of where you max out. Some people have rosters that are crazy. They got like 15 chicks on the go. Who's got time for that shit, dude? 3 I've always thought was the goated number. Because then you have like a main chick who's like, yeah, basically I want to date this girl. And then you have a girl who's like kind of close, but like not as good, but like maybe the pussy's fire. And then you have one chick who's probably like fucking insane, who is like fire pussy, but you can't really be around her too much. And you can't bring her like to like any sort of like functions with your friends because she's so unstable. Maybe she says like racist shit and you're like, yeah, but I can put that in the back of I can bury that for how fire this pussy is. Like I've said before, I call it the 1994 Chicago Bulls when Jordan was there and they did the big run. Yeah, it's 1994, right? Yeah, Jorge? Yeah. So you have your Michael Jordan, your Scottie Pippen, your Dennis Rodman. That's your goated trio right there. But you don't realize like Scottie Pippen can never be Michael Jordan. Scottie Pippen needs to be Scottie Pippen. Someone needs to not be the star. Someone needs to not get paid as much, not get as much attention, kind of just like lock in at the number 2 spot. Someone needs to be super reliable without any of the glory. That is like I one time had a goated number 2. Goated number 2. I'm out of the game now. I'm seeing a lady now. That's it. I only got one lady, and that's what I'm doing. I'm off the market now, dude. But I won't forget. I still know the ways. I'm like an old sage now when it comes to this. It's like no, I don't play the games anymore. I'm not in the world, and I'm happy to be out of the world. It's good. It's good to be out because now I'm like, I had my time in there. I played. I roughed it up, and I got out kind of scot-free. I'm like, I'm still young. I got a nice lady. I can chill out. I'm not in the streets no more, but I know how the streets function. The number 2, I did like a goated number 2 spot. And then one time I was like dating this girl and then I stopped dating this girl and I would kind of always go back to this number 2. And then she messaged me once being like, hey, like I know we were never serious, but I just always feel like I'm your number 2 and that just doesn't make me feel good. And so I just don't think we should see each other anymore, which I respected. I was like, yeah, okay, you told me. I'll respect your wishes. We did fuck a couple more times. We did later we did. I remember when we banged, it was after this party and I didn't realize we were both at this party and I was like, I was going to hang out till the fucking sun came up because I was just like doing coke and hanging out with the people that were there. And then she was there with a friend and then her friend was like, I'm going to go. And she's like, I'm still going to stay. And then I was like, she's waiting for me. Oh, I didn't realize that. I didn't click in until that moment that she was like, oh, she's waiting for me. Cause I was like, you told me you didn't want to fuck anymore. So I just assumed that we were never going to fuck again. But I guess we're fucking tonight, which we did. So that was great. But here's the thing about the goated number. It's like, she was like, yeah, I feel like I was always your number 2. And I'm like, you were. And you were the best number 2. You were so good at being number 2, dude. I knew you're number 2. You need to be like, okay, we're not going on dates. We're not going out and like fucking holding hands and shit. But we'll like cuddle when we fuck, and maybe we watch a little bit of a show after we fuck, and maybe we order in some Uber Eats. But that's about as far as it goes. The pussy's fire. I'll fuck the shit out of you. I'll do some weird sex stuff to you. But we don't. It just I need you to be number 2, and the number 2 just backs up the number 1. The number 2 knows, like, you know, that's a very important slot of a number 2. You know everything that's going on. You're aware that she has a boyfriend, that she had a fiance. You know all this stuff. You can be trusted with it, with secret information, and you know you're not going to blow it up. Well, right now it seems like you're bubbling. You're not respecting your role as the number 2. So don't overboil it, because then you're going to fuck up the whole operation. You're going to fuck up her operation. You're going to fuck up your operation. If you don't like that slot, you just need to get out of there, dude. You can't play the number 2 slot. You can't play it. Oh, a little bit left. We'll get a little more Celsius in me. But you have to, that's the thing. You have to be cool with that. You have to be cool with being a great number 2. This is, if you're trying to be like, oh, I'm trying to get upgraded, you're not getting upgraded, dude. You're not a number 1. Not to her. You're number 1 to someone else. I guarantee there's someone else out you. My number 2 left. Back in the day, when I had that number 2, she left. Like I said, I'm off the streets now. But back in the day, when I fucking had like a solid lockdown, my top 3 roster, she left because she wanted to be someone's number 1, which is very respectable. So if that's what you want, get out of this situation. Go find some lady who sees you as a number 1 and be her number 1. We're all a number 1 to a very small number of people. To it, and to the maybe a few more, we're a number 2, and to most people, we're nobody. Okay, so you need to find your equal number 1. You guys are both number 1 to each other, and then you can be in that situation, a chick where you won't have to worry about if there's a fucking side guy, unless that you're fine with that shit. I don't know what your situation was. Maybe you are fine with having a bunch of people fucking around. Where if you are fine with it, why do you? I guess you want to be in the top spot, but even if you're both fucking other people, you want to be. Yeah, okay, that does make sense actually. But yeah, you need to get out of that situation. That's it. That's the long and short of it, is you need to get out of that situation, because that's not right for you. It's not right for you, my guy. I'm sorry. You're clearly not okay with being a number 2, but I guarantee you are a good number 2. I can tell by this message. By like you sitting in the cut 2 guys deep. She had a fiance, you sat in the cut waiting. You're like, oh man, I might get a promotion. You're such a good number 2. You kept your little mouth shut. Whoa, dude, you were such a good number 2. You were such a good number 2. But like I said, someone's number 1, just not hers. Okay, let's move on to the next guy. God, dude, you're making me have flashbacks over here. There was one time where the number 2, she was at a party. And this is a different party. We're all at this party together, and I didn't plan on this, but like, I think 2 chicks I had fucked and 2 chicks I was trying to fuck were all at this party simultaneously. So I invited one girl to try and fuck her. Another girl, my friend had invited, knowing that I was trying to fuck her, and just was like inviting a bunch of chicks. And he's like, well, might as well get her in the mix too. The chick, my number 2, I didn't know was going to be there, and then showed up. And I was like, whoa, okay, she's here. And this is after I think we've already said we weren't going to fuck anymore. And then another chick who, she wasn't even ranked, but we had fucked, and she was trying to get in the mix. And so I was like, oh, I'm fucking spinning plates over here. There's a lot of shit going on. So I'm talking to the one chick who I invited. I'm like hitting her up, I'm macking her, I'm fucking wheeling her. I leave that situation and I start walking to the bathroom. As I'm walking to the bathroom, number 2 fucking intercepts me. And I'm like, okay, so now I'm fucking talking to number 2. And so we're chopping it up, blah, blah, blah. Then this chick, the unranked chick, she joins the conversation. So now we're in a trio. It's 2 girls that I fucked before, all talking in a triangle. I'm also high on ecstasy. I have MDMA cooking in my system. Then we're all having this chat. The conversation like dies down and there's like a moment of awkwardness and I go, I gotta pee. And then I fucking leave the two of them together. That was one of my best moves. That was one of my, I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of this situation. This is a bad one. Just fucking dip. I like smoke bombed. Cha! And then fucking dashed out of there. Oh, man. Yeah. That's one you can use. I gotta pee. You're ever in a situation where you're talking to people, you don't want to talk to them. It doesn't even have to be people you fucked before. Hit them with a, I gotta pee. I gotta pee. What are they gonna do? Don't piss? I gotta piss, dude. I guess the worst case scenario, someone would be like, I'm going to piss with you. And you go, and this fucking guy's tagging along. I'm trying to get away from him now. He's my piss buddy. Okay, let's, this is a great one. This is a great one. If you're a conjoined twin with the, okay, if you're a conjoined twin and you shared the same hog, the same wiener, the same peen, and jerked it, does that make you gay? Okay, so no, it's your dick. It's your dick. But I'm like, what I'm kind of seeing is like maybe you're probably conjoined maybe up to like the shoulder, and then so you each got one arm, and then you each got a head. Like there's two heads, or maybe it's conjoined at the hip, and then you both have two hands. Either way, you got one cock, one balls. One balls. One cock, one balls. You guys know what I'm talking about. One set of balls. And you go in there and you jork, dude. You jork it up. You each have control of one arm, is how I'm thinking it. I'm pretty sure that's how that works for that kind of stuff. It's not gay, but you are, when you do it, making your brother come. That's something that's factored in. Because when you're nutting, you're kind of fucking like, oh, but you're like nutting together. But I guess everything you do together, you shit together, you eat together, you piss together. I don't know if there's like if you have rules on that. Like if one guy's like, hey, when we piss, I hold the cock. When we shit, you wipe the ass. Like when we jerk off, we take turns. I don't know how you split the duties on that kind of shit, but there has to be some sort of way to do it. Like I said, wouldn't say that it's fully gay, but there is, but I guess you're so desensitized to it that because it's like we can't not be together. We can't not be together. And what are we gonna do? Like, bro, we're already conjoined. It's already like it's close to impossible to get puss for us. What are we gonna do? We're not gonna come out of some weird moral conundrum that no one will know about. Like, dude, let the guys jizz, bro. Gay or not, weird or not, whatever it is, like, bro, like how little can you have? You let them jizz, dude. But like, now, okay, I'm wondering, okay, so there has to be some sort of like connection. I don't think it would be an equal split to the dick. Like, is it an equal amount of neurons? Let's say it is. It's an equal amount of neurons that connect to the dick. And so it's an equal level of stimulation. If you were jerking off, like I'm sure there's times where he goes like, okay, it's your jerk. I'm not even going to look at the screen. I'm going to be over here doing a Rubik's Cube with one hand. You take the dick for tonight. I don't want to do anything dick-wise. And you're still going to feel the jizz. You're going to be like, ah. And then you don't have any input on what's going on jerk-wise. But there might be a time where you guys are jerking off together and you have to agree on what to watch. Like you're watching, because when I watch porn, I don't like, no one's sitting down watching the whole thing. You're kind of like, I skip to certain moments in the porno. I'm like, okay, I want to see her get fucked like this, or the cum shot, or the fucking whatever, she's getting throat fucked or whatever. Like you move to the specific moments in the porno to get the juice that you need to splooge. And so you would have to agree on moving, and maybe you get in a little bit of an argument. He's trying to move to a certain and you go, I like this part. Well, I don't like that part, and it's fucking up your boner now because you're out of sync. You really got to be synced together on this splooge. And is one dude like, give me the dick? I want the dick this time. You're fighting over your own cock. Yeah, it's really complicating it. Like, gay is the least of your problems, dude. Fucking who cares about if it's gay or straight? It's like, I'm just trying to have a good time, and now I'm arguing with someone over the remote. Who gets to hold the remote? Who gets to pick the show? This is a way bigger problem, man. I kind of won't fuck, dude. I would love to get the breakdown on this, though. Is there any dude Siamese twins? Can you look that up for me, Jorge, if there's dude Siamese twins? Because then I would really like to deep dive. Maybe this is a future Dark Holes episode. Figure out how they jerk off. Have they been interviewed on this kind of shit? If there's I know there was a dude who had 2 dicks who was doing porn, and he had 2 full-size dicks, and apparently they were both pretty big. They were both like over 7 inches. But one would get like harder than the other. They weren't like equal cocks, but I think they could both jizz. But that's pretty wild. So I'm like very interested in this Siamese twin guy. If we could get to the bottom of what that situation is like, because there is the chance that maybe the dick's only hooked up to one dude. Maybe one guy gets all the dick stuff and the other guy's like, yeah, so if he wants to jerk off, I don't even know what that's like. So he takes care of the whole jerk off situation.
So it seems that the oldest pair of male conjoined twins just died a couple of years ago.
No!
But they do exist, male conjoined twins, just very infrequently.
Yeah, it's pretty rare. Damn it! We missed it by just a few years. God damn, I would have loved, because especially if he knew he was gonna croak soon. It's like, just give me what are you holding on to these secrets for? Let me know, dude. You're gonna die, and I'll wait till after you die to release the pod episode. I swear, I would swear it. I'd be like, dude, yeah, if you're listening to this and you're conjoined, and you have one set of genitals, I think it's probably pretty rare chance of that happening, but I would love to have you on the pod. We've never even had a guest before, but I would break the no guest rule for conjoined twins to figure out how you jizz and shit and do all that stuff, dude. Are you fucking? How did you get it? Maybe, there's that one lady who got married. She's a conjoined twin. She got married. So I think they have one vagina. So he's smashing, but I think one's married to him and one's not. So that's a whole thing. You're the single conjoined twin. It's gonna be hard dating life. Okay. Next write-in. Oh, you guys are fucking creeps with these. Yeah, because I got one. Okay, so I just wanted to address something that's coming in with these write-ins. They're getting increasingly erotic and homosexual. It's a lot of dudes writing in being like, what's the color? What's the shape and size? Like, we got one kid this right in. What shape is it? And or color or texture? Texture, dude. I'm assuming are you talking about my asshole? Or are you talking about my dick? My dick is dick texture. I don't know any other way to describe dick other than dick texture. You know, it's like, it's kind of got like a softness to it. It's meat, but it's also kind of spongy. Like, you squeeze it, it pops back to the same size. It's like a foam toy or something, but it's not foam and feeling. It's a dick, dude. It's dick texture, bro. But if you're talking about my asshole texture, I guess it's a little bit ribbed. But I think most assholes are ribbed. But I can definitely like run my finger across like my butthole, like the outside, and it definitely is like almost harp in texture. I guess it would be like, yeah, like stringing a harp, like do 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 do. Do you know? Do you know that Emily the harpist? No.
Did we do that on the show?
No. This is just maybe I'll do her on a future app. I like her shit. So she does, needle drop, right? Or Needle Talk. Yeah, that guy Anthony Fantano. Okay, yeah, maybe we'll do a full section on this on another app, but the only reason I thought is this chick Emily the harpist. So she does stuff with him, and that's how I found out about her. And then she also looks exactly like Little Goth Egg. They fucking, I gotta we'll do a whole deep, I'll just give you guys the Coles notes. And they recently collabed. And if you don't know Little Goth Egg is this chick who's like 4'10" and has huge tits and does porn. And her voice doesn't sound like how I thought it would sound. It sounds like way more like hip hoppy, but she's like gothy, so it's like a wild crossover. But they look so much like each other that people were like, yo, you're Little Goth Egg, you're Little Goth Egg. And then they finally collabed, it was like very cute and wholesome because you have this chick who like, I don't think Little Goth Egg does any sort of like full on porn. Well, no, she does full on porn, but no, like I don't think she does scenes with like dudes. I think all of her stuff is just like dildo stuff, like solo shit. But still, you have this chick who's like fucking coming on dildos, but then she's playing a harp in this nice little video. It was actually very sweet content. But how do we get to this? Oh yeah, you guys are getting fucking so sus with these questions, man. The amount of people are asking me my asshole color and my ball texture and the fucking hair on my balls and what they're like. It's like, dude, every day it's some fucking pervert. You guys are going, I know I cultivated a group of perverts, but you've never really turned your perversions on me. I've kind of been more of the shepherd leading you through pervert land. And now you guys are, what are you, just so fucking hungry? Or are we in a drought or something? And now you've set your sights on me, you sick freaks, dude. Fucking holy shit, dude. The other one is, how grippy is it? How grippy is it? You're talking about my butthole, dude? Nothing goes in there. It's got to be super grippy. My butthole is the grippiest, I would think. It's fresh. Fresh, dude. My butthole is fresh. Grippy as hell. Rip yo shit off, grippy. Honestly, one of the fucking funniest things I've ever seen. Have you ever watched Venture Bros, Jorge? Dude, I love Venture Bros. If you haven't seen Venture Bros, this will all make sense in a second why I'm on this tangent. Venture Bros is this cartoon, like it's an Adult Swim cartoon. I think it started in like 2005, and it's kind of like a spoof on Hanna-Barbera cartoons, like those like old like Johnny, not Johnny Test, Johnny Quest. And he's like, oh, we're going on adventures and like Scooby-Doo ass shit, like fucking like old superhero cartoons and shit like that. It's like a spoof on that. And it's two brothers and their dad's like a mad scientist who like works on shit. And they have all these villains that fuck with them. And one of the main dudes is Monarch. And Monarch has this girlfriend whose name is Dr. Girlfriend, but she's super hot, but her voice is done by John H. Benjamin, who does the voice for Archer, so she has this like deep man voice. But in one episode, there's this character, Brock Sampson, who is voiced by the dude who voices Joe in Family Guy. So you guys know he does the same character in everything he's ever done for his whole career, which is awesome. He always plays like dumb jock kind of guy. So he's voiced by Brock Sampson, and Brock Sampson is like this super assassin, like Rambo-like character. And in one episode, fucking Brock Sampson's captured, and they're trying to get into his car because he has this like advanced car that has all these secrets in it. And he's like, the keys are in my ass. And they're like, what? They're like, yeah, the keys are in my ass. If you want the keys, you got to go fishing around in my ass. And they're like, oh, okay. So a guy puts on a glove, and then he sticks his hand in Brock Sampson's ass to get the keys. And then Brock clenches on his hand and then starts beating him to death by like swinging him around with his ass by like holding onto his wrist. And he's like, ah, and it's one of the, and then that's how he escapes captivity, is killing the guard by clenching him in his asshole and beating him to death against like the walls. It was one of the funny, I'm like, that's hilarious. That's hilarious because he's supposed to be a super assassin. Every part of him is deadly, dude. But yeah, so that's how grippy my ass is. You try to get in my ass, you're losing something, dude. It'll slice it. Like I remember watching when you were in shop class, and they would have like the bandsaw or whatever, and they would like, it slices through bone like butter. You put your finger in my asshole, schlink, dude, guillotine. That's what they call my hole, dude. Back in the fucking pen, when I was in the penitentiary, they called me the guillotine, dude. I never went to prison. Of course, fucking big surprise. Big surprise. Yeah. But yeah, you guys are fucking so horny out there. The shape, texture, all that kind of stuff. Okay, we got our last right in here. What is the meaning of life? It's a deep one. It's a heavy one. I don't know if I have the full. Let me like kind of like mull this one around in my head for a little bit. But the meaning of life, I think you just kind of want to have like you kind of want to hang out. You want to hang out. You want to realize that nothing matters, but in the good way. Nothing matters like, fuck, what am I doing? Nothing matters. It's like I saw a clip of Ari Shafir today talking about someone was like, don't you feel like threatened with all this anti-Semitism? And he went, where? And he's like, well, like, all you just see, he's like, if you're not on the internet all the time, like, where, like, no, when you just, it's like on your screen, but then you go exist in real life. One sec, my is calling me. Meaning of life. We're on the meaning of life. And then fucking, oh yeah, that there was that Ari Shafir thing where he's like,
the Ari Shafir.
he's like, no, it's just like, it's in your screen. It's on your screen. That's where that stuff. And I think the more you kind of lock in on that stuff, like, I feel like there's a lot of people online who are telling people how they need to live their lives. And what I think people are forgetting is like, oh, it's no one's fucking business. Like, you just be happy with what you're doing in your shit. Like, living your life in a way that tries to please someone that you don't know and have no interaction with and just exists in a digital space. You're letting them have some influence on how you feel or how you treat your partner or how you treat your friends. And I don't think that's, like, unless like, obviously there's people with good advice out there, but unless you feel like you're being a bad person or you have stuff to work on, like, you don't need to let that stuff influence you at all. Just to understand that this shit in here in your phone doesn't exist. And I'm very much a proponent of it's no one's fucking business. Do what the fuck. I want us to get back to that. Like, I feel like there was a time when you could live, it was like, say you're on the left, someone's on the right, you live on the same street, and you fucking see each other when you take out the garbage and you go like, hey, oh, you watch the Packers game? And they're like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh yeah, the fucking Browns, they're looking good. And you shoot the shit. And then maybe you go over for a barbecue or they come over to your place and you guys talk. You have a mutual interest in video games or football or whatever. And you have very separate ideals on certain stuff, but it never comes up because it's no one's fucking business. It's nobody's business. It's nobody's business what the fuck you're doing with your wife or how you're raising your kids or whatever the fuck you're doing. And you keep that shit to yourself because you're someone else who has no impact on your life or doesn't live in your bubbles, like influencing that shit. I think an important part of life is to cut all that shit out and just realize whatever the fuck you're doing, it's no one's fucking business. And just do whatever the fuck you want to do that makes you happy and the people around you feel good and makes you feel fulfilled. And so it's like, oh, people think I should have like such and such thing in my career or should do such and such with my life. Like there was when I was a scuba diving instructor, there's people who like abandoned everything they were doing just to like teach scuba or like live on the beach or like they would travel around and be ski instructors. Like I got a couple of friends who still live like nomads and basically like live in their van and they'll drive to like one chick, she drives to Montreal from Mexico and then works in Montreal all summer, then drives back down to Mexico. She has, and then works there all summer and just like fucking chills and hangs out and like has places where they like charge her almost nothing for rent and has made friends in all these different places and is just like so under the radar. And if someone looked at her life, you'd be like, oh, she's like fucking quote unquote unsuccessful. She probably lives one of the coolest fucking lives I've ever seen. Every time I talk to her, she's in like a new country living in like Indonesia in some hostel with a bunch of money she made from bartending. And then just bouncing from place to place, learning how to surf, speaks like 3 languages, almost 4, and just like, and it just has some dogs, is chill, close with her family, close with her friends. Like, that's sick. That's sick. But by the standard of what your like life should be, people would say that she's like, oh, she's not going anywhere or whatever, dude. But she's so happy and so fulfilled and very smart. This person who I'm talking about reads constantly and is very well educated. It's like, just do what you feel like fulfills you. Don't worry. I know it's easy to say don't worry about what other people think, but like really just understand that unless they're in your immediate circle and they're affecting your life and they're like actually in your life, there's someone you see frequently, there's someone that you care about, like a family member or a partner or a friend then anyone outside of that, their opinion and the reality doesn't matter. They almost don't even exist. That got like a little bit real, but I thought it was good advice. Yeah, Jorge agrees. All right, that's been Dark Holes with Jade Arena, guys. Yeah, we're going over to the Patreon app right now, which is growing all the time. The Patreon grows every app. We're going to have a pretty big boost on shit coming up soon because I've been fucking grinding podcasts. If you guys want to know how to grow a podcast, is you go on other people's podcasts. It's like how you do it, or you have guests on your podcast. We're not having guests here, but I've been doing podcasts like crazy. I think I did like 16 podcasts in 2 months. And so I did the calculations. If I can do 8.3 repeater podcasts a month, that's 100 podcasts in a year. Might be able to do it. All right. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys later. Bye.